be on Twitch. Today, I'm not doing webcam because this series does not work decent, I guess, with the webcam. I honestly don't try. I'll try and maybe the season finale. So today we are doing The Sims 4 Survivor series, and I gotta try something here. There we go. Okay, I figured out how to do that by watching a thingy on the creator camp for Twitch. Because I'm trying to watch through all those videos because we need one more day where we have consistent views. And then we can hopefully apply for affiliate. And I am so excited. I am so excited that I'm planning. I'm watching those videos. I'm planning with friends to do a special stream. It's crazy how much motivation I have for streaming right now. So I'll get to that in a minute or more throughout the stream. So today, this is part 9, which was probably the semi-final for the season. So last week, we did both Slobs and Neat Freaks in one day. And otherwise, the Neat Freaks would have been today. And I had enough time last week. I felt good, so we just did it all in one. We have the 3 survivors from the Slobs and the 3 survivors from the Neat Freaks. They're going to be put together to see which 2 go to the season 1 finale, which I still need to finish making that house. I was waiting to see what occults make it to that house because I wanted to worry about I just wanted to see what occults make it to then, and then influence what the house looks like based on what occults make it. So I'm going to do an introduction to the Sims that we are going to be using today in case you guys didn't see the Sims last week. So I'm going to start off with the Sims from the Slobs. We have Amy Madden. She is a normal Sim. She is a Slob, romantic, and macabre. Her outfits are all a red theme. And I think I named her Amy after a character in Villains of Valley View. One of the main characters, Amy, which I wish it would have gotten a season 2, but I'm also glad because the guy who played Kobe wouldn't have been able to be in the Disney Zombies franchise. And I think he did a really good job as Victor. And then we have Beth, who is a merlady. She is a glutton, cringe, and self-absorbed. And all of her outfits are blue. So I figured mer person, blue for water. And including her tail, it is blue. And then we have Sarah, who is one of 2 fairies in this group. So we have a good chance of getting a fairy in the season finale. She is squeamish, erratic, and clumsy. All of her outfits are pink themed, which I thought was really kind of cute. Including her fairy wings. Only thing that's different about a fairy form is the wings, and those are pink as well. And then going on to the Neat Freaks that survived. So the Neat Freaks thing did actually kind of have 2 parts. The first part, 3 Sims died in 40 minutes, all to freezing to death in the pool. And then I was like, that's too quick. I'm going to try again. But I did write down those 3 survivors. Good thing, because the second time I did it, there was only 1 survivor. Because one had, I don't remember how it died. But then I remember they died. 1 person died. So there was 5 left. And then the house was getting dirty. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to kind of play as the Sims. So I had one of the Sims try to destroy a toxic mold pile by fire. So they started on fire, then 3 more Sims joined in. They all caught on fire and died in the bathroom. So then there was only one survivor. I couldn't have used one survivor. So then I just took the original 3 that survived, which are Tasha Davenport, who's kind of named after a character in Lab Rats. She's neat, self-assured, and foodie, which I thought was kind of funny because the Tasha in Lab Rats cannot cook, according to other people. Well, I gave her a very like Karen-esque look, and all of her clothes have a black theme to it, which I thought was cute. And we have Dawn, who is an alien, is high maintenance, neat, and romantic. Her alien form and her normal or disguise have a purple theme, which I thought was cute. I really like this party outfit. I make all of these Sims off stream, so then by the time it's on stream, they're all ready to go. And then we have Cosmo, our other fairy, a slob, or a neat freak, I mean. Materialistic, paranoid, and good. And we had to go with green because Cosmo in Fairly Odd Parents is green. Everybody knows that. So we have all green. And then also with his fairy form, green wings. Now I'm going to show you what the house looks like. Once that loads up. And I might try to do a little bit different with this one and actually semi-influence some of the actions if I get too bored. Since it's like my own series, there's no like actual like rules to follow. Although it is taking huge inspiration off of like the unpaused gameplay that people do for Sims. So I'm going to give you a tour of the outside first. We have a fairy home here. We have the pre-made like spots for the graves. We need 4 people to die in order before this stream ends. And if it ends quickly, like the Neat Freaks part did last week, I'll probably do some more Sim stuff, but not this one, the series. So we have a little basketball court, a pea bush, the gravestone slots. All of the houses have pools now. We have fairy home, another pea bush, 2 cow plants, which they have yet to cause a death because I keep track of all the deaths. The dumpster and this little fire pit. I'm going to start with this side, go up, around, and down. We have this little living room, another fairy house, Morphe bed, because all of the beds in this house and the season finale will have Morphe beds. And I'm going to just do like slow speeds so that you hopefully do something. So then we have mirror, which I could probably... No, that looks good. And then a fireplace with a rug, because that way, in case there's a fire, that'd be kind of cool. We have over here, we have 1 set of washer dryers, a game table, yoga mat, indoor grill, because that has caused a death at one point in one of the previous things. Indoor fire pit, which I believe also has caused a death, and a little cooler, so we might not have another starvation death, because that happened in the Townies group. We have bedroom, Morphe beds, a couch, another fairy thing. We have this little like hangout cafe, I guess, area. Another washer dryer, another grill, bunch of vending machines. And this is just like a shelf so they could put food on and a mirror. Our outdoor area. Wait, who? Oh yeah, they have the... Why? That's gonna confuse me. And we have an outdoor thing for clothes in case they don't want to use the washer dryer. We have the water balloons. I don't know why I couldn't think. Hot tub, another pea bush. This planter, even though they haven't really planted anything in the last couple parts. And telescope. We have this little like giant gym area, which apparently Dawn is using, and she is one of the Neat Freaks, so I guess that works. We have a sauna because they do actually use a sauna in these videos. So this is basically like a little gym area. Down here is our little tiny kitchen. I did each room, if you notice, like different color theme. So a little kitchen. And then they only have one toilet because they have so many pee bushes, and they tend to like the pee bushes a lot more than the actual toilets. So I just kind of like went along with that. Sinks and all that fun stuff. And that's pretty much it. I do have to auto pay bills. MC Command Center. You go there, gameplay setting. Oh, that's not it. Money settings, auto pay bills, enable. And then there is a cheat that you have to do in order to stop the pop-ups from showing up. You have to go testing, cheats on after you do shift control C. And then UI dot dialog dot auto underscore respond. And now we should not have any pop-ups. Now I just have to find a good angle. Maybe? That might be a good angle for now. And then press tab so you can do it without the extra stuff. Or maybe I'm gonna speed it up since we're all good here. Oop, wrong button. Alright, and then while it's like that, we'll just kind of like talk, and then I'll like occasionally hop in, hop out for like chatting. And oh, little Bree's tired. That's okay. So yeah, I'm like one day away of 3 or more average viewers to qualify for affiliate, which is, after 2.5 years of streaming, just feels like it's a dream come true. Like, how is it like actually happening now and this quick? Like, and I'm glad that I never didn't give up on streaming, no matter how much I wanted to at times. So I was discouraged. But I realized now, like, after giving up on the, well, not really giving up, but like letting go of this like negative like energy that was part of a good portion of everyday life, and just like letting that go, all the good stuff has been coming back to me, I feel like, and I want to put that good feeling and that effort into the streaming, which it has already like been showing up, and I am glad for it. And it makes me so thankful that people watch my streams regardless of if they're just lurking, which I do on streams all the time, so look, that's perfectly fine with me, or if they actually chat like my friend. And like it just makes me feel good that there are people out there who actually watch my streams regardless of, you know, what their interactions with the stream. As long as they're watching and they're enjoying, that makes me feel good. Even though like streaming started out for me like just wanting to share my games with other people, because normally I didn't really talk to too many people about my video gaming outside of ones that I worked with. And then they kind of like drifted apart once they stopped working with me, and you know that, like, you know, life changes. But now, like, trying to build a community and sharing all this with all of my video game stuff and my nerdiness with other people that just, and people actually enjoy it, or at least I feel like they enjoyed it, because they haven't said anything saying they don't. Like, that makes me feel like, you know, all this effort is worth it. And I don't want to get too sappy, which I feel like I already am. But like deep down, like when I was younger, I used to play video games with my mom. She's the reason why I got into video games. And I still play video games after she passed away, and I feel like as an adult, okay, I'm trying not to get too emotional here because I feel like tears are pulling in my eyes, and I'm glad I don't have the camera on today. That I think one of the reasons I keep playing as video games as an adult is because I used to play with my mom, and that brings me back to my childhood. I didn't kill Sims in my childhood, by the way. But we mainly played Pokemon and Mario games. Like we would play on the. So this would have been like when I was a child. It would have been when I was. The earliest I remember playing, like system-wise, was on the Nintendo Entertainment System. So like the big chunky, like gray system. And I remember playing on the SNES, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and on the Nintendo 64, all with my mom. I think the only one that came out after I was born was the 64, I think. Because I think that came out in 98, so I would have been about 4, I want to say. But we used to play Mario, we used to play Pokemon, and we used to even play those like little like 3-in-1 battery powered game systems that would have like a racing game, Tetris, and like a Frogger style game, I think. And I don't know, I feel like not only like do I still to this day enjoy video games very much, part of me is like, it feels like keeping her memory alive, or my childhood memory alive of playing video games with her. And by doing this and sharing it with other people, I don't know, it feels like I'm sharing that memory of my mom with other people as well. Even though most of the times, you know, like this series, I'm killing off Sims, which I don't even think I've played Sims until I don't know if I played Sims 1 or 2 when I was growing up, but I know I played Sims 3. So I had all of the expansions, but not like the other extra ones. And I didn't go out of my way to kill Sims like I do in this series. But either way, that still like connects to that memory of playing video games when I was younger with my mom. And like, in a way, also memories of my dad, even though he was not a techie person at all. Like, I think the most tech he did without asking me for help was using a digital camera I got him for Christmas one year. Because he would always ask me to take pictures for him. And I figured, what if there's like a day, like I'm at work and he wants to take a picture? Or like he wants to take his own pictures whether I was there or not. So I got him a digital camera, which I still have somewhere. Kept it after he passed. And I haven't used it because I use my phone. But like, knowing, and whenever back like 2018 when I was like really getting into Sims, I would be building houses a lot, and in Minecraft too, and he would always ask me if I was done building my house yet. So like playing video games also like reminds me of that memory all the time. Oh. But like all of that like reminds me of just like keeping that up in all the videos and all the stuff that I haven't made my mom in Sims, but I have made my dad. I think it was last Father's Day or this Father's Day I did. And I gave him a house as well, like remembering like stuff that he liked. Like, he loved clocks. He liked the cottage, the country vibe. So I think I gave him chickens. because he always told me the story about, which I almost talked about at my uncle's wedding or anniversary yesterday, which is my dad's brother. That my dad would tell me the story of growing up. He would have some chickens, not all the time, but like he had a pet chicken. And I remember him telling me how he came home one day and asked his mom what was for dinner, and she said it was chicken. He's like, not my chicken. Like, he didn't want to eat his chicken because that was his pet. And I had to add the chicken into his house because I remember the Sims house, because I remember that story that he told me. And I had to add a bunch of clocks because he loved collecting clocks. So I had to like incorporate him, what I remember in Sims. I don't know if I could make my mom a house in The Sims, 'cause it's been 23 years since she passed away, and the only thing I really remember from her is playing video games with her. I don't really remember like, and then she kind of helped like with my school, like being like a lunch lady. Oh, after, I think after she found out she was sick. Oh, I thought there was a fire and it's just a fireplace. Like, I know keeping all that in here is... Oh, this is from the other thing. I didn't... Right now I'm distracted by all this. But like, I know there's a lot of people who like will watch and like not watch because they think it's boring, but they don't know like the full... I mean, I honestly... main reason for streaming is because I just want to share my video gaming with people. And I feel like I have made... I mean, maybe not directly through streaming, but I have made friends who share the same... maybe not the same level of passion for video games, but they still enjoy video games. This thing is gonna cause a death, I hope. And every time I talk, maybe if I talk more, there'll be more like fires. I do have at least 1, 2, possibly a full squad if I do Fortnite for like a special stream this month, next month maybe, depending on whenever I hit affiliate. So I asked somebody who I played with Fortnite before, and I know how like we work together in the game. I mentioned to one person that I've known for, I feel like over a decade, because we would do like role plays together, and we still occasionally do. And even though like he's still like setting up like cancer treatments now, hopefully like, I want everything to go good with him. We did even name a sim in our Rakes to Riches after him, because I told him this way, like no matter what happens, he's like memorialized in the internet, so he'll live on forever. So I felt like that would be like, you know, smallest like things help out. I got, you know, when it comes to stuff like that. And then like I asked some, I don't know like how, if they'll be able to, because they also work and they're doing treatments, and I don't want to force him to do something he probably won't be able to do. I have one for sure that said, yeah, just let me know what time. Can't control when I'm talking. Okay, there's gonna be like so many false alarms with fires. It's what the... 1, 2... at least fourth fire in 25 minutes and nobody has died. Slightly disappointing. But yeah, with all that, like, I'm writing down like notes of like games I can do for like a special like stream to celebrate becoming an affiliate when I do, because I'm not saying if anymore, because now it's like it feels like it will happen no matter what. So I'm just gonna say like when it happens. And okay, I just saw, oh, maybe it's just from the other, yeah, she's from a Death and Save. I'm like, what the heck was she doing out there? Like, well, Cosmo can die from over-absorbing energy. It said he was a growing fairy. Ooh, I'm gonna make him have ability points. I'm not gonna do those because it'll. I'm just gonna like randomly give him that. Did you have two? Well, you already have some stuff. Oh yeah, I made a. Oh. Let's just give her those. I don't think anybody. Mermaids don't have a skill tree. I think the only occult that, besides aliens that don't have a skill tree, because I think plant sims do. You have a list of games that I want to hopefully like plan it on a weekend, like the weekend after I become, or the weekend after or of, like, become affiliate. Because if I say I'm gonna doubt myself. If I say when, it's like I know it's gonna happen. Like, I'm putting that type of energy out into the universe and hopefully it comes back at me. Which I feel like I feel like I've been referring to karma a lot more lately, because, you know, it just feels like it's actually a thing that, like, hopefully on a weekend, or like I can get like people together to do like stream the celebratory stream. I also will probably do some solo stuff in the stream and just make it a huge, like a long special stream. I already know, like, I want to do my makeup, even though I like hardly ever do my makeup. I was gonna actually straighten my hair for once and make it look nice, make sure my braids are good. Even not my braids, but my bangs. Even though a lot of the times it does bug me when they're in front of my face, but like I want to like feel good and just have that reflected in the energy of that specific stream. And I want to do, coming up with ways to like celebrate subs separate from what that would be for the followers, and try to keep that like a separate like incentive for people to want to sub. Besides the one I know I will be getting. That's not myself. Because, yeah. And then, I don't know, just like having all these ideas and all these things I can do once that becomes a possibility or actually happens will be just gives me so much motivation, so many things that I can do to actually interact with people. And I'm even like writing down, I have like a page and almost 2 pages worth of like notes of just for stuff to like look at or like change the closer I get to becoming an affiliate. So like, it's like I'm not going to be short on ideas. And I know my friends will help me out with that if I ask them. And it just feels good that it's finally happening, or finally going to happen. I thought everybody was glitched. I don't think I have favorites out of this group of who I want to survive, because normally I do have my favorites. if I had to pick two, probably Amy, because of who she's named after, and Cosmo, because it's Cosmo. Like, that's one's from Slobs and one's from Neat Freaks, because we need 4 deaths before we can go to the season 1 finale. I have my hair in a clip, so I can't really put my head back against my chair. I don't know, like, I almost had coffee this morning and like went to this coffee place. This weekend, surprisingly, I have off Saturday and Sunday again. So Saturday, I didn't plan a stream. It's according to my own stream schedule, which I made it on my tablet. I don't think I planned anything for Saturday. Yeah, I said I was going to be offline Saturday, but I might end up streaming. Who knows? Because when I do like the offline stuff, I was like, no stream is planned, but I might just do a surprise stream like I did yesterday. It just depends on how I feel. Because I know this Saturday I'm going to go to this little like cafe. This corner like breakfast coffee cafe. Wait, what are we seeing? Are they woohooing? No. I thought they were woohooing in the bed up there. But I'm gonna go to this cafe on Saturday and then bring my tablet with me, maybe like work on some stuff, maybe browse Etsy for like some streaming like emotes that I can temporarily use until I make my own, or meet somebody in real life that could help me with the art, because I'd rather either buy them off of Etsy or work with somebody that I know so they get what I'm trying to like convey in the streams, like for like brand and color wise and all that stuff. Like there's like, and then after that I might go to the library, just sitting there, kind of like chill. Or, well, no, I'm going to walk through the farmer's market first. Then maybe sit in the library. Go to this like little comic collectibles store that I went yesterday. They really didn't have any, I didn't really see anything I wanted. I mean, technically there was like some stuff, but it's like either I already had it or I wasn't gonna like actually use it. And then I went to this other, and I might probably go to this other store, but every time I go in there, I spend at least $15. Yesterday I spent $30. I got like a little like fidget toy thing, which looks like a little hot chocolate cup with whipped cream on top, and it sounds like a pen clicking. And it's like very like, feels like very much like a fidget toy. So I have like 3 fidget toys like on my desk right now. Plus I got this little like pet for a couple bucks, but they also have like little figurine pets I might want to get. But every time I go in there, like I said, I spend money. I'm trying not to spend money on all that extra stuff and save it for, put it towards bills and like streaming stuff, like if I find anything on Etsy and I want to get some more shelves behind me, so I could do like little displays and shelves in front of me, so I can put my little Sailor Moon figurines in my streaming room instead of my bedroom, and just like actually work on the setup more so people can see. And then like after all that, I don't know if I'll like come home and stream, or if I'm gonna like come home, put my stuff away, maybe go for a walk, because I don't know what I'm gonna stream next Sunday, because usually I have been streaming Sundays and it's been the Survivor series, but I want time to work on the house, which when I say want time, it gives me like a couple hours because of how quick I can build these houses, because it just needs certain rooms. And honestly, I know I have the house template made. I was just waiting to see what occults make it to the finale. So I think we have right now like a spellcaster, werewolf. I think we have an alien and a normal sim. So if we can get a mermaid and a fairy from this group, we have most of the occults. None of our vampires survived. They either died by overexposure to the sun, which the first one is my fault because I made them love the outdoors, or struck by lightning. Either way, like, we don't have a vampire. Which I can't even guarantee we'll have a vampire in the season 2 finale. So I think I'm actually gonna reveal like my theme for the next season. Only one person knows. Okay, I'm trying to move some stuff around here so I can actually use this notebook. Okay. So in the season 2, it's all the occults. So each group is gonna be a different occult. So we'll have vampires versus werewolves, because I know they hate each other. I have all the traits figured out. I just need to do names and color schemes and actually make them in the Sims and their houses and all that. And then we will have mermaids versus aliens. And then we'll also have spellcasters versus fairies. And then hopefully 2 from each group in the finale. But we will see. Because none of the people I know made it to the finale for season 1. Because right now, like, we have a person, just like a rainbow colored person, an occult, and 2 townies. And from here, it's either hopefully a slob and a neat freak, but if it's 2 slobs, that works too. And I have a list of giant, like, not a giant, but like lists of Sims that I can, or ideas that we can do for future seasons if people want to see more after season 2, and if I want to continue making the series after season 2, because I always have to I usually make the Sims first and then make the houses, because I don't know, it feels like kind of like works that way for me creatively. And I can also base it off of like the previous group and what deaths happen and use those items in the next house. But you can't really bring anger or lightning or anything like weather to the group unless it's, I want to use like specific things. And each round, or at least for season 1, was placed in a different town. I think we were in San Sequoia. We're currently in Evergreen Harbor. We have let me look at I have it all in a chart on Google Docs, so then like everything's together. Load it. And then season 1. So the first group, the colors versus the supernaturals, were in Tamarang, and then townies versus real people were in San Sequoia. This is in Evergreen Harbor, and all of the season finales I decided are going to be in Newcrest. So we're going to have to stick to the lots that are available in Newcrest for those, which will be interesting. And I realized I never updated this from last week, but that's fine with me. And I think I even have season 2 chart, which I have to update for the traits that I have written down. Apparently, like, I have like different, when I put the occults against each other for season 2, I had actual like titles for the versus groups, which I forgot I did. I've been talking for 40 minutes and nobody's died yet. Just wait till winter, somebody will freeze to death. I'm gonna rest my voice for a minute and drink some soda and then let you guys enjoy the game, and I'll pop back in at some point.
Yawns lazily. What am I hungry for? Your undivided attention, obviously. Capow.
I'm gonna step away from my setup for like a minute. So if I miss a death, please let me know in chat, or you can message me or something, or just talk to Bree. She wants undivided attention from people because she's very self-absorbed and sarcastic. And I'm back. Just had to do something in the other room. Okay, I'm gonna check in on the Sims here. We still have 6 Sims. And see what we have missed. Maybe not a lot here. And so plasma bats. We went through all that. Tasha was okay, I remember seeing this. And that. And not that much. Looks like it's happened besides a couple fires and skills. Oh yeah, I didn't show you guys the lot traits. I just realized that. In the beginning of the stream, I never showed you what lot traits I put on here. So we have romantic, aura, that one, and mean vibe, because hopefully mean vibe encourages fights. And this, I'm going to actually add some. We have creepy, crawly, filthy. I've added grody. Spooky was already on there. I'm going to add in mold to freak out the neat freaks. I'm very tempted to add in cursed, but I also don't want to deal with that. I'm not going to add quake zone. Volcanic activity doesn't really make that much sense with this play style for the game. We could do that, but they can't really leave the lot to empty the recycling, so not to worry about that. Okay. And then I think I have free love, rough housing encouraged, juiced community, and rough housing encouraged, if I didn't say that, like for the neighborhood story thing, the things. Tasha looks like she needs to pee. Beth is pretty good. How the there is no way it's supposed to get that high up. And then Cosmo looks decent. You need to reset to it. Okay. It looked like they were bugged a little bit. Love Day was awful. And these. Okay, not that bad. People are still alive. Hopefully by adding those other like lot challenges, they'll encourage deaths. Ooh, I could go into game settings and do enable bust the dust. Then we'll get the little dust bunnies encourage more fires. I mean, I did that with the neat freaks. We did have a fire that killed 3 of them in the second try, which that part is not going up on YouTube. The first 40 minutes, the original 40 minutes will be next to, or this Saturday. I'll see how it goes with the mold before I add in the dust. So let's just watch and hopefully somebody dies without me making them do laundry. feel like she's glitched. I moved my mic a little bit before and then it just kind of like got all weird. Toxic mold pile! You think people will die from the toxic mold pile? We haven't had one of those deaths yet. We also only played around with the mold the last time. So I mean, it's a possibility that they might die from that. I feel like if the last time is any indication, if I make them destroy the pile with fire, we're gonna have 4 deaths. But then again, I do only need 2 alive, and if 4 die, then there we go. I have 2 survivors. But I'm not gonna completely risk that this early on. Just kind of want to see what happens. Is a speaker broken up here? Yep. There we go. Looks like Tasha and Cosmo are kind of talking, and there's the survivor for the other one. It's weird because like I'll have the 6 Sims in the house, and then we'll see them walk past because they survived in another household. Once they survive, I reward them by giving them a door so they can actually leave their lot. That's their incentive for surviving, or also knocking off each other, or yeah. Also, I kind of am interested to see if I added the extreme violence mod, and if that would change any of, or enhance any of the deaths. I'm gonna reset you two because you guys look weird. Well, she has an ailment. She is glitched. You're fine, you're fine. Well, you're flirty. What's going on with you and Cosmo? No? Nothing? Okay then. We've only had, like, in the entire series, we only had, out of the 9 parts, we've only had 1 woohoo. And that was in the People I Know group. Or people, real people. I want to say it was Eric and Erica hooked up. Which, it's really awkward for me knowing that happened. Because the Eric I know, or the person that Eric is based off of, is gay, or at least engaged to a guy, so I think he prefers men. And the Erica I know is, well, the Eric would be straight, or not, I mean, is gay, but is, I want to say like 20 something. She just like completely get glitched. So I have to go back to the main menu and then come back in because she's like not doing this thing. And I'm going back to the main menu because maybe that'll reset her. But and then the Erica that female sim that hooked up with Eric was based off of is in her 50s and has a boyfriend that's, I think, a little bit older than her. And it just felt really awkward knowing those two hooked up in the game. Oh, which reminds me, the Erica that sim is based off of, I see on Thursday we're going mini golfing. I kind of have to tell her sim died. That's gonna be like very an interesting conversation to bring up to her. I have to look to see how she died. I want to say it was by fire. So we've had fire, we've had poison, which is struck by lightning, overexertion to the sun, we've had anger, starvation, drowning. We haven't had a cow plant, we haven't had Murphy deaths. Okay. I'll have to do... So we have to do the UI dialogue one again. There you go. Okay. And everybody's fixed. Good angle to watch everybody not die, unfortunately. And we've had multiple fires. We've had multiple Murphy beds. Wanted to... Trying to remember who we gave... That would have been the alien that's cleaning. And that is from our slabs. It's dawn, so the slab is cleaning the mold piles. That doesn't make that so much sense. But I mean, whatever works. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at Etsy while I was streaming and see streaming or emotes and stuff were on there that people let you buy and use on your streams. But I don't know, I feel like every time I get into something on my phone, I miss out on a death or something happens and we get to it too late and don't take screenshots or all of that. I'm gonna check something on my tablet because that way I don't have to mess with the controls on here. And hopefully something happens. I was ready to put this down because I thought Tasha was going to start a fire. See, they actually, surprisingly, they use items that they might not normally use, which I am surprised about. Multitasking, like this series that I have is probably the easiest to multitask with. Because it's basically me just letting the Sims do whatever the heck they want. And you know, having that happen. I wanted to check something on my tab. I wanted to check something, but not move it on my laptop. So let me take a picture. Yes, it's gonna look really dirty, this picture I'm sending to a friend off my tablet, but I have to, because I feel like I have to. In this series, I feel like I need to encourage with air quotes that you guys can't see because I don't have my camera on today, that encourage a death, or at least help encourage a death. Well, let's see, who is probably let's go by the worst needs. We have Tyre. Okay. They're all pretty good, but you have the most red. So you can't die from, can you die from boredom? Evanescent 14. Well, what season is it? Summer? We're not gonna hit winter, so probably freezing to death is not gonna happen. Is this a toxic mold pile? Alright, so why don't we do that and see what happens? So last time I made a sim destroy a toxic mold pile by fire, they died. So I just want to see if this happens again. I was just going based off who had the most red. Yeah, it happened again. So we won't have a mermaid because I'm not stopping that. Natasha's over there just... Okay, now she's over here. Okay, you can't extinguish fire. No, girl! Alright. I want her... Right. I guess you have to end the fire. We almost had it. Okay. I'm not touching the controls. We've had an it's funny. This is funny. On fire. I'm not in... They're just standing here not even freaking out, and Amy just passes out. She's like, I've been through this before. They're all like this. I've been through this before. We're just gonna wait for it to stop. Okay. And that's what I get for making them stop a toxic mold pile. While the firemen are just out there doing nothing. Because they can't get in. And this is what happens when I influence death. So you're the only two in here, so can you not plead? I want you to flirt with Grim, but I have to wait till he takes her life. The life. Okay, now... Where's the flirty introduction? How about that? Can you go flirt with Grim? Or not? Flirt with Grim? You were the closest and you're not even going to Grim. There you go. And then romance, affection. Alright, so let's move Beth's tombstone. And we have like a little graveyard going. I'm going to delete these dirty clothes. Oh, there's a toxic mold pile on the bed. Or mold pile. And we're deleting the clothes. Okay. And I'm gonna save. I influenced the death, that's okay. We just need 3 more. I have to write this down. Make sure I use the right pencil. And what did we miss before we, encouraged the death? The toxic mold pile. People at the horses. Okay, not much. And I'm gonna save because I always save after a death. Alright, and then go like that, and then I'm gonna mute my mic and write down some stuff, the death, and I'll just hop back in soon. Trying to take a selfie, like, of my setup, like trying to get everything, but then it's also realizing like how much stuff I truly like have on my desk. When in reality, it's not that much. It's just a notebook, some candy, some pens, brush, crackers. And then I have the remote for the second monitor, the fairy light monitor, or not my monitor, remote. My little notebook for after I become affiliate, like one of my little notes, keyboard, mouse. It's like a lot of stuff. It feels like. Do we just have a woohoo? We have a woohoo. Who has woohoo? Or is it just a self woohoo? Yeah, I gotta see who is woohooing. Sarah and Dawn? What? We've had our second woohoo in the whole series. So Sarah and Dawn. So Sarah is a slob and Dawn is a neat freak. I guess opposites attract. I never put lights on the out here. On the out here. I feel like if I do a like all one gender. Oh, we've had a toxic mold pile death. And I wanted Amy to get to the next one. I've never seen this death, if I'm being completely honest. Wait, who is it? I was trying to get you to flirt with Grim, right? So I'm gonna make you sniffle cry. Or talk with your friends. I'm gonna try to get you to flirt. Can I make them flirt more? Well, that's our first mold death. Okay, I have to go here to change the direction of the stone. Alright, so let's try to get the angle right here. I'm gonna see what we missed and then save. So you just became good friends and then you die? Well, okay, so Dawn and Sarah were hooking up. The fungus is among us, especially with Amy, who's becoming one with the mold. I gotta picture that. It's all on my phone in selfie mode. Not camera. There we go. We just need 2 more deaths. And then we'll have the Sims for our finale picked out. I mean, and I did influence the first death, but I'm okay with that. Alright. I'm gonna write down Amy death by mold. Well, by toxic mold. Because that was toxic. That sucks. I wanted her to be in the finale. So then, maybe that means Sarah's the only slob left. Because I influenced Beth to die by the fire to get rid of the toxic mold. And Amy was the other slob. So then we have right now 3 neat freaks and a slob left. Hopefully Sarah makes it. Maybe even Sarah and Dawn since they hooked up. Makes sense. Or even Cosmo and Sarah, because then we have 2 fairies in the finale. Maybe we'd only double up on one occult then. That would be interesting to see. picked up my tablet and I was gonna put it back down. I was like, where do I actually want to put it down? It's easier when I'm sitting on my couch and not at my desk where I actually have stuff over the place everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but everything that's on my desk is on my desk for a reason. With the exception of the batteries, the dead batteries. I'm just lazy. They came from my thermostat and I just didn't want to throw them out yet. Which I do need to, like, that's one thing I should do, like, once I get everything, like, set up for after, like, the celebratory stream is, the celebratory stream after I hopefully become affiliate, then, like, get everything, like, all looking nicer and do, like, stuff like, so, that type of, like, celebratory stuff, make it look nice. Is anybody gonna start? I'm not gonna. I have my hands off the keyboard and mouse. I want to see if either they die or they put the fire out themselves. Well, maybe we should just have somebody put it out. Because we can't have the remaining 4 die. Wait, somebody's on fire. Oh, it wasn't. Never mind. Almost. Almost hit another death. I did not control. Ooh, I wonder. I kind of hope we don't have a fire death, because the majority of our deaths in the 9 parts that we've had so far, including this one, have been fires. Most of them by laundry. Can't really have a freeze death since it's not winter. Unless I really want to influence it and get the weather changing machine, make it cold out. I have influenced an exhaustion death by having them go in the pool exhausted. We've had poison, fire, drowning, starvation, lightning, overexposure to the sun, anger, I already said starvation, toxic mold. So we've had like 8 different deaths. In the 9 parts. So I mean that averages to like 1 type of death each part. But that also means I don't know, a lot of Sims died. It's all worth it. Their sacrifices will not be in vain. I need to didn't realize, oh, my phone. I was like, I'm gonna plug in my phone, but it's like still at 79%. It's still good. Oh, the Sims are asleep. Yeah, I took my headphones off because I want to brush my hair, but I thought about something I could kind of talk about. Like, once I have the ability to collaborate more with viewers, I wanted to do like Gartic phone, or like something where I can invite people who don't necessarily have to like do anything in chat, but that they could still like play games while I stream, and it's all on stream. That I thought that would be a nice way to have everybody like try to play, or have like a community day at some point. and have that all kind of like work together. I thought that would be an option, which is also slightly inspired by Koji, who is a UK streamer. When he did his subathon in October, I believe, every weekend was a community day or community weekend games. He would do a golf with friends, he would do Goose Goose Duck, Fall Guys, We're Just Friends. I think he did marbles. I forgot what else he did, but it was like also like cozy games like Stardew and Core Keeper, which I thought maybe at some point like we can do community games like that. But I was thinking more like Gartic Phone, because I don't know, for some reason I really like Gartic Phone, and I would try to play it through my iPad because it's a lot easier to play, in my opinion, with a mouse, like a tablet. Then you have the pen and you can actually draw and not just do it with the mouse. But everybody, you know, does it differently, so. That's, you know, just some options like for the future that we can do. And maybe have a game of either Sims or like something else where chat could influence the game and have them like part of the game. Because I know there's a mod for Repo that lets your chat affect your game. That they can make you more powerful, more weak, or whatever. Oh, we have a death. Well, Dawn was high maintenance, so that totally works. Makes sense. Is everybody is sleeping through the death? Okay. Hey, where's Grim? And who's that? Oh, that was my phone. Hit it. Pressing all these buttons. Not good. This is going quicker than I thought it would. Maybe there are the one death we caused helped kick off the other deaths. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, and that was our alien. Okay, we have to move this over here. Let's add you on here. We have 3 deaths, 1 to go. I feel like I should clip the deaths out, but at the same time, I kind of I'll be the only one doing that. It's like extra stuff to do. But I do have pictures, so that's what matters. Wait, and save. We need 1 more death. I think if we get that other death, then we will, I think, still play Sims, because I did say today was a Sims day. At the same time, well, I don't know, we'll figure what we feel. So we can't do the season finale right away because that house still needs to be finished. Although I could work on it on stream so you guys can kind of see like behind the scenes of these streams. Sorry, I'm writing down Dawn's death before I forget. And yeah, like I said, that house would be in Newcrest. We have Tasha, Cosmo, and Sarah left. I'm hoping... If I want to keep old girls in the finale, it would have to be Sarah and Tasha. But I also want 2 fairies, which means Sarah and Cosmo can survive. But you know, either way, as long as Sarah survives, I'm okay. Although I have a feeling just by looking at them, they're really stinky. Is the shower's not working? Oh, okay. Can I do that? Will that not cause a death? Wait, we have water shut off day. Ooh. That is so cute that they can play in there. I wish I had my camera on for that because you would have just seen me gasp like, what the heck? We got abducted by aliens! Wonder if he'll come back pregnant. That would be our first pregnancy. Oh, and then he survives and then he gives birth in the season finale. That would be kind of cool. Kind of want that to happen now. Alright, can I... How will I know if he's pregnant without using the mod to check if he's abducted? No. Right. Alright, I need to find where is Cosmo. I need to find out if he is pregnant. He is not pregnant. Okay. I just needed to know if he was pregnant. Okay. I think it's just in this series that, for this save file, that Sims have been abducted 3 times. I've had other Sims abducted before. So your needs are good. Your needs are good. Are you wanna... I feel like we're gonna have another death by toxic mold. I don't know, I just have that feeling. Try to get a good camera angle again. Kind of... Okay, so Tasha has the burning passion thingy because of her hands. She's gonna start setting things on fire, even if she doesn't mean to. Girl, you can take a shower. Oh, the sink in the... She passed out. The sink in the bathroom is leaking, but I'm not... Or needs to be fixed, but I'm not gonna touch it. We're in the final 3. We need 1 to go bye-bye. I feel like it could be anybody. I think it's either Sarah or Cosmo because there you have the toxic mold thing. Tasha because she keeps passing out, so if she goes in the pool, she'll die by drowning. Which is a very close possibility for her. We've had them. That's how Erica died. She just died by drowning. You know, I remember that. Because all of a sudden I was like, what's happening? And then I just see her body floating in the pool. Oh, maybe after we could do like a create a. Oh, I could. Trying to think, would I want to? I would like stop this and then start a new one like super quick. So that'd be separate videos. And we could do a create a sim thing. Or I don't know what we'll do for Sims after this. 'Cause I'm having a good day. Like I want to keep that feeling going. And I'm surprised. I'm trying not to burn myself out on Sims. I do have the two different gameplay things going. It's the Survivor series and the Rags to Riches, which the Rags to Riches is pretty much just her going through college right now, or going back to college after she got suspended. Wait, who the fuck died? Oh. Poor Tasha, toxic mold. Well, that's her last death, so I will have to do two-part, another like quick video after the stream after this. Ooh, Tasha! I didn't have to add in the things. Tasha, death by toxic mold. Ooh. Ooh, I know what we could do. Maybe do the Strangerville stuff. Like start like a Strangerville thing and do that. Work on that before we do the finale for this. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna pause this so I don't lose everything. We got that. Alright, and then I'm gonna take off, all of those. Keep those on. They need a door. Let's just give them this. Right, and then I'm going to, where is everybody? Alright, we're going to modifying cast so I can save them all and like end stream and then start one super quick after, because that way it's two separate videos. I need it to be that way for editing purposes. We need I'm just gonna name it Final 2. So we have Sarah, who is from the Slobs, and Cosmo, who is from the Neat Freaks. So Cosmo is gonna be the only guy in the finale. I may put everybody together, because then you guys can see who's all gonna be in the finale. Okay, come on. Sarah and Cosmo. I don't know why this music is like kind of chill. Well, and if I do another Sims thing, I can put my camera on. Alright, so then we got that. And then I'm gonna just save to manage worlds. Now, if I put my camera on, I'm gonna have to turn my light on in the back. Yeah, we could do Strangerville. Maybe we should, because that was one of the Sims things I wanted to do, was Strangerville. But I've never fully played through Strangerville. And that could be an interesting thing to do. Alright, so I'm not going to actually move into the house because the house is not finished yet. We are just combining everybody into the house. I need to do this. So we have to find Blue and Jade. These two. replace. And then Elphaba and Rory. I have to take out Jeffrey from that. Because Jeffrey died. And then we have Sarah and Cosmo. So these are the Sims that are going to be in the season 1 finale. We have Blue, who they, them, love bug, dance machine, erratic, obviously blue themed. Jade, alien, green themed. She is clumsy, glutton, slob, and I guess paranoid as well. Rory is one of the townies, hot-headed, ambitious, assured werewolf. Elphaba, another townie, foodie, genius, mean, and spellcaster. Sarah, who you guys just saw, squeamish, erratic, clumsy, and fairy. And then Cosmo, who is materialistic, paranoid, good, and also a fairy. I'm gonna label this season 1 finale. Finale. And then I'm not gonna put them in the house right away. I'm just doing that so you guys can see the finalists. I'm gonna move this. I'll show you a little bit of the house that I have for it that I'm not gonna work on right now. It is in Newcrest. It should be the only build. Somebody moved into it, so that's not gonna, like, we're kicking them out later. But this is a little sneak peek of what I currently have for their house. And it's, I think, a basic same designs as the other ones. Colors and not that much. It's been like a minute since I actually was looking at this. We have it from this side. This is pretty much all I have so far is the outside here. And I think I was doing a red and black theme. I don't exactly remember. But one toilet, one shower. This is supposed to be the little living area. This is supposed to be the bedroom. I might put the sauna in here. Kitchen. And then we have the rest of the room to maybe do like the gym area and indoor area. And it's pretty much what I have so far. Like, it's not done, as you can see. That is the house. I'm gonna change the title here, and then we'll continue with Sims and just end and then go back in real quick. And we'll go from there. Alright, so I'm going to go to world menu. I'm going to stop the stream real quick and put it back up, and we'll be back in like a minute, maybe. Alright, be back in a little bit.